Hey everybody, and welcome to me showing you how I do one of my pages after I've colored and drawn it. So this is a finished page. This is for Blue Orchid Chapter 3. It's got a little sampling of all the different sort of stuff I do. Some pages are more complicated than others. This is simple, but has all the layers. So first thing I'm going to do is break it down and just show you this is my drawing layer. So this is the layer I've photographed. If you zoom in, particularly if you see the pencil stuff, it looks like it's drawn, and that's something I really like to have in my art. And that's why I photograph it as opposed to scanning it. I actually don't own a scanner either, so it's a little easier, and I own camera equipment because I'm a photographer as well. So I photograph the work, and I square it up a little bit. It's generally pretty close. I shoot it with the 50 millimeter lens, prime lens, and so that makes things fairly square. But my angles aren't always 100% perfect on that. I do my best. I even use a level, but my floor may not be perfectly level. So it gets a bit complicated. I get into that in another thing. But so I basically do this. I then take this perfectly squared version, I bring it into Procreate, and I color it up. And I color it up by using this layer in Multiply, and then I do a background layer. And the background layer ends up looking like this. So this is after I will export it in Procreate, just the color layer. So I do not do the entire thing finished in Procreate. I only export the color layer. And the reason I do that is because sometimes there's a little glitch, sometimes there's a little bit of coloring I want to fix, I find later on. And if I exported it all together, then I couldn't fix it in Photoshop afterwards. So I then add the line work, the photograph line work on top. And you'll notice it darkens it up a little. I realize that, but I compensate my palette for that. So that way it kind of works out and looks good. Is that a mistake? My goodness, I might even have a mistake in here. I'll have to fix that. Interesting. So then next thing I do is after I've done this, I add the text. And this is just a text layer in Photoshop. It's I use a font anime something or other. Just put any words that I want to put in. Just roughly put them where I want them to be. I can adjust a little bit. But then I export all of this as a single layered thing back into Procreate, and I draw my text box or my text bubbles. I do these in Procreate only because then you can get the bit of variation in size. I know there's software and stuff that can do it, but I don't really have it. And I could probably draw it in Photoshop and get the thick and thin on my tablet, but I just like Procreate the way it draws a little bit better. So it works for me. So this is another Procreate level that, again, I bring in as a separate level. I don't bring in the completed image. I only bring in the layer that is sort of the art that I want. And then finally, the last layer I do this in Photoshop, is I do an effects layer. So I just add little things here and there to kind of fix them up, little effects and everything like that. So it sort of allows for a nice clean layer. So actually I can show you real quick. So as you notice, there's a little mistake right there. That shouldn't be orange. That should actually be black. And because I've done this in layers, see, I can go in there and see I've noticed it's right there. So I can, rather than having to like go back and all the different parts and refix it, I can just go in here, I have selected that color oops, I selected the wrong color. I'm going to grab some of the pavement color, bring my line color back in, zoom in there. And because I'm on the layer that just has color, I can just go in there, color it up. There's a prime example of why I do it in so many layers in Photoshop. It's because if you find a little mistake, you can fix it. So this is a completed page. And Blue Orchid Issue 3 is coming soon, as you can see. Thanks for watching. Bye.